Hey, hello, welcome back to my channel.
Hi, just me coming in here again. I realized I totally forgot to introduce myself. And also, if you are new here, welcome. Hi, I'm Chelsea. I talk about books. I'm kind of new here, so I don't really know what I'm doing. But yeah, hope you enjoy the rest of the video. I totally forgot to say hello. So let's get into it.
Where we talk books. This is going to be my first book haul. There are quite a few books, and I did not get them all at once. I do not buy physical books that often, or at least I try not to, because my stack is getting big, and I don't have a whole lot of space to put books. And I have at least, I want to say there's almost 10 books here. I have accumulated them over the past 6 months, I want to say. Most of them are secondhand. I live in Canada, and books are disgustingly expensive. Like, you want to buy a new book, you gotta shell out $30. $30 for a book is a bit much in my mind. So most of these are secondhand from like thrift stores, or I just found them miraculously. And then I think 2 of them are new. So, and a lot of these are books that I haven't really heard many people talk about. Sorry for the cattail. For the most part, I think 2 of these books, a lot of people, they're popular. So, but a lot of the other ones are ones that I haven't really heard people talk about often. So, just gonna get straight into the nitty-gritty. And this, oh my god, how do people do this without it falling? These, I can't even. This is the stack. It's a lot. Oh. And I think we will just get straight into it with the one on top. Of Mice and Men. This is considered a classic, I believe. A lot of people like read it in high school for English or whatever. I did not. I have never read this book. For whatever reason, it called out to me at the bookstore, and it was kind of expensive for like a used book, $7.99. I think maybe I should not have paid that much, but here we are. I did pay that much. I don't really know anything about it. Mice and Men? I honestly don't know. I know it's considered a classic. I know John Steinbeck is considered a classic author. This says, they are an unlikely pair. George is small and quick, dark of face. Lenny, a man of tremendous size, has the mind of a young child. Yet they have formed a family. Oh. Clinging together in the face of loneliness and alienation. Laborers in California's dusty vegetable fields. They hustle work when they can, living a hand-to-mouth existence. For George and Lenny have a plan to own an acre of land and a shack they can call their own. Oh, very interesting. So yeah, that is the first one. It's a short book, which is maybe why I was drawn to it. I don't know. I think it's sad. Somebody's gonna die. I can feel it. But anyway, leading on to another very sad book. Oh, there's Gus saying hi at the window. This is considered a really sad book. I have not read it yet, and everybody talks about it like constantly. I feel like everybody's read this book but me. Dun, 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 dun. I finally bit the bullet and I got a little life. I have tried to read this book. I tried to read it on like my ebook, my e-reader, and I was just not feeling it at the time. But my logic is that if I buy it with my hard-earned money, I will read it. So that's my logic. Also, it was on sale on Amazon for like under $20. And I do not have Amazon Prime. When you buy something on Amazon and if it's like $35, you get free shipping. So I kind of added this in my cart and I was like, I need the free shipping because I don't want to pay $7 in shipping. So it made sense at the time that I got this. And it kind of felt like a deal because then I got free shipping, and girl math right there. It felt like I was getting a deal because I didn't have to pay shipping for 3 things that I was getting off of Amazon. And it just, that's how that worked. Oh, I put it down, but I don't know a whole lot about this book, if I'm being honest. I've read the first 50 pages before. I've gotten past the first part. I think this book is in parts. I think I got to the second part and then I just lost interest. And I'm kind of hoping having a physical copy will force me to read it. And I have just heard so many things. People love it or hate it. I know it's traumatic. I have not gotten to the trauma part. I plan on reading it from the beginning again because it has been a while since I picked this up. And again, it was an e-reader, so I feel like a physical copy will help me. It's just my logic is off there, but yeah, I feel like I don't have to describe this book because I think a lot of people know about it and have read it, and I'm hopping on the popular train on this one. I imagine by the end of this book I will look like this person on the front of it, but I don't know. Yeah, all I can say is that I've seen the videos where people are crying on that one, so I assume that'll be me, but you never know. Next up is one that I don't think I've ever heard anybody talk about, and that could be because it's not good. I have no idea. And it is called, honestly, I think I was attracted to this because I like the cover. It's called The Nix. The Nix? Yes. I've never heard anybody talk about this book. Maybe I'm late in the game. I'm not really sure. Again, I started reading like 3 years ago. And so I could have just missed this one. It's called The Nix. I don't know anything about it. I was attracted to the cover, for sure. But it says one of the best books of the year, according to the New York Times. So it's gotta be good, right? Like, I don't know. It says, since I know nothing about this, and I'm assuming nobody else does, because I've never heard anybody talk about it, it's 2011, and Samuel Anderson, wait, something is wrong there. Samuel Anderson. Okay. Hasn't seen his mother Faye in decades, not since she abandoned the family when he was a boy. Now she's reappeared, having committed a crime that electrifies the nightly news and inflames a political divided country. Media paints Faye as a 1960s radical, but as far as Samuel knows, his mother was an ordinary girl who married her high school sweetheart. Which vision of her is true? 2 facts are certain. She's facing some serious charges and she needs Samuel's help. This is intriguing. And it says hugely entertaining. Again, New York Times. Like, I don't know. Should I trust it? I don't know. I've gotten a lot of large books recently. It's a little intimidating. Large books intimidate me, yet a lot of these are large. So I'm concerned for myself. But yeah, that is The Nix. Again, never heard anybody talk about it before, so we'll see. I'll be the first to let people know, potentially. Next, oh, I've got a cute little bookmark in this one. Adorable, with a little kitten on it. Love it. This one is called All My Puny Sorrows. Also, I haven't really heard people talk about this one, although Miriam Toews, she does have a very popular book out that they actually just recently made into a movie called Women Talking. I did not read the book, but I saw the movie. Depressing. Oh my God. It was very depressing and a difficult movie to watch, so I can only imagine how the book is. But I saw the movie and will not read the book because that movie was depressing. So anyway, I'm kind of hoping this one is not, although Sorrows is in the title. So Again, I don't know too much about this book. However, it says winner of the Rogers Writers Trust Fiction Prize and finalist for the Scotiabank Giller Prize. Clearly she's a Canadian author. Love that. And I don't know a lot about this book. I was at a used bookstore with my mom and she was like, oh, there's the tail. She was like, oh my God, I love this book. It's so good. And it was under $5. So I was just like, all right, let's pick it up and see. There's a lot of praise on the back, so that's promising, I think. And I know it's about two sisters. So let's just read the jacket. Is that what this is called? Don't know. We'll just read it out together. Elf and Yoli. Interesting name, Elf. Okay. Two smart and loving sisters. Elfrida, a world-renowned pianist, glamorous, wealthy, happily married. She wants to die. Oh, this is going to be depressing. All these books are so depressing sounding. Oh no. Yolandi, divorced, broke, sleeping with the wrong man as she tries to find true love. She desperately wants to keep her sister alive. But Elf's latest suicide attempt is a shock. She is 3 weeks away from the opening of our highly anticipated international tour. Can she be nursed back to health in time? As the situation becomes ever more complicated, Yoli faces the most terrifying decision of her life. Wow. Okay. Well, another depressing read, it sounds like. I'm sure there's trigger warnings here. Suicide is definitely going to be a trigger warning in this one. A lot of dark reads. But no, I am excited for this one. I think it's going to be, from all the prizes it seems to have, all the praise, I'm excited for that one. And don't really hear a lot of people talk about it. I think they actually recently made a movie or a TV show. Don't take my word on that, but I think they did. So potentially also promising that they've made a TV show. Yeah, moving right along. This next one I have wanted to read for a really long time. And then a couple of these books I actually picked up at it was like a street festival, and they had a little booth and they had books for $1. How could I not pass up that opportunity? They had books for $1 and it went to charity, like a children's book bank. And so obviously I bought a couple of books for $1 each. This one is called An American Marriage. I do know a little bit about this one. It's, I believe, about a married couple, and the man is accused of sexual assault. I think he's a professor. And yeah, he's accused of sexual assault, and I don't know what else happens. But I have heard good things. It says Women's Prize for Fiction in 2019. It's the winner. Again, promising that it won something. And the back says, newlyweds Celestial and Roy are the embodiment of both the American dream and the New South. I don't know what the New South is. It could be an American term that I'm unaware of. They're from the South. Okay. I don't know. He is a young executive and she is an artist on the brink of an exciting career. But as they settle into the routine of their new life together, they are ripped apart by circumstances neither of them could have imagined. Roy is arrested and sentenced to 12 years for a crime Celestial knows he didn't commit. Though fiercely independent, Celestial finds herself bereft and unmoored, taking comfort in Andre, her childhood friend and the best man at their wedding. As Roy's time in prison passes, she is unable to hold on to the love that has been her center. After 5 years, Roy's conviction is overturned, and he returns to Atlanta, ready to resume their life together. This stirring love story is a profoundly insightful look into the hearts and minds of three people who are at once bound and separated by forces beyond their control. An American Marriage is a masterpiece of storytelling, an intimate look deep into the souls of people who must reckon with the past while moving forward with hope and pain into the future. I was totally wrong about that one. It is not about a man accused of sexual assault. Okay, he does go to prison though. I must have been thinking of a different book. Anyway, this one, a New York Times notable international bestseller, so this one should be good. Yeah, $1.99 or $1. That was kind of a steal. Yeah, excited for that one. The next one is a newer release, and I do really like the cover, and I'm excited to read this one. I feel like it's a hot topic. This one is called Yellowface. I have heard a lot of people talk about this one, and I'm excited to read it and see what's everybody talking about. I know that it's about a woman, two authors. One is Asian and one is not. And somebody steals something. I'm just gonna read the summary or whatever it's called, because I don't think I'm doing it justice. I thought I knew about this book, and now I'm thinking I don't know a lot about this book. I've just heard a lot of things about this book. Where do we start here? Authors June Hayward and Athena Liu were supposed to be twin rising stars, but Athena's a literary darling. June Hayward is literally nobody. Who wants stories about basic white girls, June thinks. Huh. So when June witnesses Athena's death in a freak accident, she acts on impulse. She steals Athena's just finished masterpiece, an experimental novel about the unsung contributions of Chinese laborers during World War I. So what if June edits Athena's novel and sends it to her agent as her own work? So what if she lets her new publisher rebrand her as Juniper's Song, complete with an ambiguously ethnic author photo? Oh! Doesn't this piece of history deserve to be told, whoever the teller? That's what June claims, and the New York Times best-selling list seems to agree. But June can't get away from Athena's shadow, and emerging evidence threatens to bring June's stolen success down around her as June races to protect her secret and discovers exactly how far she will go to keep what she thinks she deserves. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I'm excited to delve into that one. I have heard that one's a popular read at the moment, so interested to know how it goes. Oh, these next two are kind of stuck together. I also bought these ones from the dollar sale that I had found. I honestly just really liked the cover of this one. And I also like celebrity memoirs usually. So I'm excited for this one. This one is by Busy Phillips. I think she's an actress. I think she had a talk show there for a bit, but I think she's mostly an actress. Sorry, there's a sticker on here, and immediately when I see a sticker, I'm like, it has to come off. So excuse the picking. This one is called This Will Only Hurt a Little. I know nothing about this book. Yeah, Tina Fey's on the back. So Busy is a legit writer. Okay. You heard it first, Tina Fey. Busy is a legit writer, I guess. Yeah, I don't know a lot about this. I did love Freaks and Geeks way back in the day. And by that, I mean, I watched it not that long ago, but and I did really like her in that. She was good. So let's see what it says here. There's no stopping Busy Phillips from the time she was 2 years old and acted out in her nudes. Something's wrong there. There's no stopping Busy Phillips from the time she was 2 years old and aced out in her nudes to explore the neighborhood, as her mom famously described her toddler jailbreak. Busy has always been headstrong, defiant, and determined not to miss out on all the fun. These qualities led her to leave Scottsdale, Arizona at the age of 19 to pursue her passion for acting. But much like her painful and painfully funny teenage years, chasing her dreams wasn't always easy and sometimes hurt a little more than a little. In this stunningly candid memoir, Busy opens up about chafing against a sexist system rife with on-set bullying and body shaming. Being there when friends face shattering loss, enduring devastating personal and professional betrayals from those she loved best, and struggling with postpartum anxiety and the challenges of motherhood. But Busy also brings to the page her sly sense of humor and the unshakable sense that disappointment shouldn't stand in her way, even when she's knocked down both figuratively and literally from a knee injury at her 7th grade dance to violent encounter on the set of Freaks and Geese. Oh, a violent encounter. Yikes. These rough patches in her life are tempered by times of hilarity and joy. Yeah, fun. Sounds interesting. Okay, well then, that's that. I honestly got it because it was $1 and I liked the cover. So, we shall see. Next one, no, there's also a sticker on this one. I hate that. I feel like a lot of people read this a while ago. I've heard about this one a little bit. And I also kind of like the cover. I think it's interesting. And this one is called Nothing to See Here. I've heard it's a strange one. I've heard it's weird. Which I kind of like that. But other than that, I don't know a lot about this one. I think it's about somebody who explodes or something. I don't know. Oh my God. Originally this was $33. For this? How many pages? For a 255-page book, you're telling me this was $33? Disgusting. The prices of books are... I hate that. Hate that. Lillian and Madison were unlikely roommates and yet inseparable friends at their boarding school. But then Lillian had to leave the school unexpectedly in the wake of a scandal, and they've barely spoken since. Until now, more than 10 years later, when Lillian gets a letter from Madison pleading for her help. Madison's twin stepkids are moving in with her family, and she wants Lillian to be their caretaker. However, there's a catch. The twins spontaneously combust when they get agitated, flames igniting from their skin in a startling but beautiful way. Lillian is convinced Madison is pulling her leg, but it's the truth. Okay. Thinking of her dead-end life at home, the life that has consistently disappointed her, Lillian figures she has nothing to lose. Over the course of one humid, demanding summer, Lillian and the twins learn to trust one another and stay cool, while also staying out of the way of Madison's button-up politician husband. Surprised by her own ingenuity, yet unused to the tense feelings of protectiveness she feels for them. Lillian ultimately begins to accept that she needs these strange children as much as they need her urgently and fiercely. Oh, interesting. That sounds like fun. Just children who just randomly combust. Okay. I have heard it's a weird one, and I've heard a lot of people either love it or hate it. But I now have it, and excited to read it at some point. As you can tell, there's a lot of books that I have gotten recently, and I have not cracked any of them open yet. So it's a problem. I need to stop buying books because I have now too many of them. The next one, I really like the cover of it. And I also read her other book called The Vanishing Half, which came out a couple years ago, and it was one of my favorite books of the year. So I'm excited for this one. This one is called The Mothers by Britt Bennett. I don't know a lot about this one, and I haven't heard too many people talk about it, but I know that her other book, The Vanishing Half, was a big book when it came out, and I really enjoyed it. So I'm excited for this one. I literally don't, I'm assuming it's about mothers, but we shall see. An urgent and provocative debut. Oh, it's her debut. Nice. The Mothers is a book about community and ambition, love and friendship, and living up to the expectation in a contemporary Black America. It begins with a secret, then follows that secret through the lives of 3 different characters from high school into adulthood, tracing its impact far beyond their Southern California youth. It is the last season of high school life for Nadia Turner, a rebellious, grief-stricken 17-year-old beauty. She'll be the first in her family to go to college, if she indeed leaves home as she intended in the fall. But meanwhile, mourning her mother's recent suicide. Oh, a suicide again? Why? Why are there so many books with suicides? Or like, why am I attracted to those books and don't even know it? Recent suicide. She is taken up with the local pastor's son, Luke Shepard, who is 21, handsome but lacking direction, a former football star whose injury has reduced him to waiting tables. They are young, it's not serious, but they keep their relationship to themselves. But the secret that results from this romance and the subsequent cover-up will have an impact that goes far beyond their youth. I'm assuming she gets pregnant. Let's make assumption here. I mean, says the mothers. So potentially she gets pregnant, I don't know. But sounds interesting, so I'm excited to delve into that one. The next one is a hefty book. I'm a little concerned about whether I'm gonna get to this one just because I'm a little intimidated by it. But I really have not heard anyone talk about this book, but I know that his books are often popular. So this one is called Lessons by Ian McEwan. Sorry, it's kind of in bad shape. I bought it used. And I definitely spent too much money on a book that's this sort of destroyed. But again, it was for a good cause. It was like a prison book club. I don't know. But it sounded like a really cool charity, nonprofit situation. It's like buy a book and you give a book to an inmate for their book clubs, which I think is kind of cool because, you know, people in prison need to read too. But anyway, yeah, I definitely spent too much money on this broken book. But it, you know, the actual pages of the book I think they look good to me. So it's just the cover that's really destroyed, so I don't really care too much about that. I know literally nothing about this book and I have not heard anybody talk about it. But I know that his books are people seem to enjoy them. So When the World is Still, yeah, I'm just gonna read it like this awkwardly because I'm just gonna throw this out, the cover, I mean, even though I like it. When the world is still counting the cost of the Second World War and the Iron Curtain has descended, young Roland Bain's life is turned upside down, 2,000 miles from his mother's protective love. Stranded at an unusual boarding school, his vulnerability attracts his piano teacher, leaving scars as well as a memory of love that will never fade. Oh, okay. 25 years later, Roland's wife mysteriously vanishes, leaving him alone with their baby son. He is forced to confront the reality of his rootless existence. As the radiation from the Chernobyl disaster spreads across Europe, he begins a search for answers that look deep into his family history and will last the rest of his life. Sounds interesting. Excited to delve into that one. But again, it's like a hefty book and I don't love reading, sorry, it's dirty. I don't love reading hardcover books just because like they're hard to read in bed and that's where I do a lot of my reading. But I mean, 400 and something pages. Wait, why is it only 400 and something pages but it looks so thick? Must be the paper. I don't know. Anyway, yes, that is another one of my recent books that I've got. I have one more, last one. Another classic that I've always wanted to read, but never have. And again, the cover of this one is not in great shape. I got it from like a thrift store, but I got it for the contents of the book. I thought it was really cool. This book has like extras that the original doesn't have, and it is Jane Austen, which I've tried to read Jane Austen, but again, I feel like having a physical book will help me, and I spent money on it, so I feel like it'll help me read it and finish it, and Yeah, maybe I'll get the audiobook to like help me with the older language that they use. I don't know. But yeah, this is Pride and Prejudice. And I got it because, like, look how cool. It's so pretty. And on top of that, like, there's pictures, fun. And then they also have like this modern interpretations. It's like a whole introduction where they just talk about like the impact, I think, that Pride and Prejudice had on literature for the time, I would assume. And then it has like Regency life, music and dance, and like, I don't know, there's just like this really cool whole beginning that I thought was really interesting. And then it has like the regional settings. Oh, sorry, not regional. It has the geographical settings. So it's like, it gives you more information on like where Pride and Prejudice took place, I guess. I'm not really sure. Modern perspective, like it has just all this interesting information and then leading up to the actual book. Oh, and it's got like all these pictures. Like clearly I haven't opened this book in a while, but there was a reason I bought it, and it's because it's got like cool stuff, cool extras. It's got principal characters, so it tells you all about the characters, and then it's got like a timeline, and it goes from like 1811 to 1871. I'm not sure why. Maybe that's like the lifespan of Jane Austen. And it's got like maps and stuff. I don't know. I just thought it was super cool. And yeah, that is the Jane Austen book that I got. I do want to get more into classics, so which is why there's, I guess, 2 classics in this list. So yeah, I'm super excited to delve into some of these books. I now need to stop buying physical books because I have too many on my TBR. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed my first book haul. I probably will not do another one for a while because I am on a pure book buying ban, clearly, because I have too many that I need to read. And I also have a Kindle that I use. So I need to stop buying books and just read the ones I have so that we can just cycle through. Thank you so much from me and Gus for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video. And I hope that you decide to stick around for more. If you enjoyed it, maybe subscribe. I don't know how to do this. Like, is that what I'm supposed to say? Subscribe and join us again for the next video. Would you have anything to say, baby? No, he just said, please subscribe. Oh my God. All right, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye. Say bye. Bye.